Hello. It's going to be a little bit of a different video today. I'm not going to be reviewing a game or playing anything special. I'm just going to be yapping while playing Origins. That's pretty much it. There's just been a lot of stuff on my mind, and I feel like, pacing around my room and not talking about it is not very productive. So I just thought, why not? Why not boot up my PC and have a game of Origins while yapping to myself like a schizo? It's just with, I just turned 18. Woo! Happy birthday and that. With like how the world is developing, and when I like think about what I want to do in the future or where I want to be, I get this like weird sense of dread, and I don't know where it's like stemming from. Like I don't know why I feel so scared all the time. Like I am in like a constant state of like, am I min-maxing my life almost? Even though that I'm as a person, I am not that productive like at all. I'm probably like one of the least productive people in my cities, if I were to assume, or town, village, whatever. And it's like, you get like a weird sense of guilt when you're like not as productive as other people. And it's just got me thinking, like, do I really like want to do what I want to do? Like, would I want to make content creation full time? Would I really want to do that? And it's gotten to the point where I don't even know. It's like, I'm just telling myself that I want to do this, but I don't know if I'm lying to myself. Like, do I actually want to do this? Is this like something productive I could do? And it's like, I don't know. I just don't know. I feel like as I grow up, I'm forcing myself to like things that I don't like. And it's like, I'm fine mentally. I'm really good mentally. Like, this year's been like a very up and down journey for me. But I think overall I've benefited from it and I've grown from it. But I don't know if I'm willing to acknowledge it. I don't have to. I don't know if I'm saying that right? Like, I don't know if I'm just telling myself I should be doing things or liking things, and I'm just lying to myself, or if I actually do like those things and I want to engage in those things, but like when I get those things, I feel like I'm not good at those things to warrant me getting them, if that makes sense. And this has only really gotten worse as I've grown up. Like, just wanting something, getting it, and then kind of regretting it. Well, not regretting it, but like wondering why. Or not wondering why, but wondering why I was even like interested in the first place. And kind of regretting the amount of dedication it takes to pursue whatever I got. Or something like that. But anyway, I'll stop talking about myself now. Let's talk about politics. Specifically, how my kind of mind changed around the Charlie Kirk stuff. When the Charlie Kirk situation happened, where, you know, he got shot, everyone knows it. Like, he, you know, he died, and that, you know, that happens. I really kind of, like, rethunk my thoughts on politics. Because it's weird to see someone that you, like, you know online and you kind of hate just die. And it really got me thinking, like, what has, like, politics gotten to where in order for my mind to change, someone has to literally pass away in a gruesome manner. I've seen the video. Like, I've seen gory videos before. You know, I grew up on the internet as a kid. You know, you're going to see that kind of shit all the time. It's not exactly a rare thing on the internet, right? But there's just this weird feeling of, like, not, like, guilt, kind of. Like, guilt for hating him, but at the same time, he was a bad person. So should I feel guilt? Or should I feel anything else? Like, should I feel like... Because I didn't shoot him. You know, I didn't do that. But I feel like I was conflicted at the time, and I'm not really as conflicted now. I've kind of got my thoughts together. But it just got me thinking, like, politics now are just awful. Awful. Just everywhere. Well, and I don't know, it might be different in, like, Asia or something, but in, like, the West, as I've grown up, I've noticed that it's gotten more, like, extreme. To where it's no longer, oh, what suit did Obama wear? You know, what suit did he wear? It's now, does this guy support Hitler? You know, is this guy a literal Nazi? You know, which is a kind of an escalation if I were to make one. That's kind of an escalation of politics. You know, when Obama was president, at least, I don't know, I wasn't exactly sentient back then. I was born, but I just wasn't that sentient. I was a tiny kid. I don't think people were comparing him to Hitler. Well, there was definitely probably one guy who did that, but I don't think anyone compared him to Hitler and was genuinely being serious about it, you know? God damn it. And it's just... It feels... I should probably get staff parts. It feels like now people are just... They're either somewhat reasonable, or they support Nazis. And it really feels like it's either or, and it no longer feels like politics is a spectrum anymore. It's more of, do you support Nazis or do you not? It's like, I don't like Trump. I really dislike Trump. I think he is a really, 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 really bad guy who should not be in presidency. He shouldn't be in power. He shouldn't be... I'm going to kill myself. Did I miss that one as well? He shouldn't be in power. He shouldn't be in politics. He shouldn't be a businessman. He's literally a failing businessman. He has failed several businesses and been impeached twice and led to a shutdown of government. But I won't yap about it. Everyone knows that, right? And, like, it just feels like it's kind of pointless. It's kind of pointless to, like, do anything. It's kind of pointless to, like, fight back. Or, like, I don't know. It just feels like they are, or everyone, I guess, on both sides, because I'm not going to pretend like it's one side doing it, because it's not. You know, politics is a spectrum. As much as they don't want you thinking it is, it is. it feels like less and less that spectrum is being obeyed and being respected and followed. Like, people are just forgetting that politics isn't your life. Well, sadly, for some people it is. But that's just how it is now. Politics isn't, you know, the average civilians, like, live by, you know? I know I just hurt some people by switching out the Mauser for the Galil. I'm sorry. But it's not most people's way of life. And I think some people forget that. Like, you'll have, like, this random red-pilled white man ranting about trans people. Like, it's gonna kill him or something. And it's like, that's really funny to see and laugh about. But then you realize he's being serious. And you're like, wow. People really suck. And all of a sudden it's not as funny anymore when you realize they're being serious. Like, it's funny to joke about serious things sometimes. It depends on what it is, right? Like, if it's, like, you can joke about minorities, but you have to do it in a non-offensive way to where they can also laugh with you. Comedy isn't dead, it's just evolved. And you need to, you know, get with the times to find comedy, right? And I feel like more and more people are not exactly getting that. And understanding that it's not that serious to the average person. You should probably... I don't know. Anyway, let's talk about, like, when I was a kid, and my dad used to be a really big Trumpy. He's not now. He kind of hates the guy. I mean, understandable. I want to say indoctrinated him, but I was yelling at him, you know, the red flags. You know, I'm glad that he finally listened to me, or he didn't. He only listened because he got rug pulled by him. So, you know, that's kind of funny. Yeah, I try to be as not politically correct. No one's politically correct. Unless, like, you're talking about rights, you can't be correct about something politically. Because at the end of the day, politics are literally just a bunch of opinions with a bunch of people dressed in suits. Like, it's impossible to have a politically correct opinion. Again, unless you're talking about, like, rights. But it's just sad. It's just sad. What was I talking about? I was talking about something, but I forgot. What was I talking about? Whatever, I'll remember. Yeah, right. Okay. So, like, a person's... it's really sad how politics is, like, very closely related with rights now. It shouldn't be. And if you disagree, I would be very careful of you. Like, just around you. Because if you think someone's, like, livelihood is, like, threatening you, or threatening anyone you love, unless it's, like, a pedophile, or, like, someone who's actively harming someone else. It's like, I don't get transphobes, like, at all. Like, dude, they're just trying to, like, live. They're just living over there. What are you scared about? And then, obviously, that's not, like, they're not just blindly hating. They have their, like, self-justified reasons. Because most people who hate trans people are very close-minded and don't really like change, which in a way I'm autistic. I get not liking change, right? But there's a very big difference in between, like sometimes you have to change, like no matter what, right? You have to. Sometimes life is literally getting too big for you to just ignore, right? Too big for you to be ignorant towards. Sometimes you have to learn and have to grow from mistakes. If you just leave them open, then it's gonna get you hurt, because the world's just gonna keep going on around you, and you're just gonna have that moment where you're like, oh, I am kind of an awful person. And like, no matter how tough you think you are, you're going to have that moment. If you're like that, you're going to have that moment where you just realize you're a terrible person, and you'll either realize that on your deathbed when you're old and dying in your 30s, because let's be honest, most people are like that, drink a lot, or they're going to die not happy, or sorry, they're gonna die and probably never get people. Like, I feel like you have to understand everyone to understand how people feel. Like, oh yeah, exactly. A brilliant example, like furries, right? I was having this conversation with my siblings about this, right? Forever, like when I was really young, I used to think furries were the most disgusting things ever. And then when I grew up, and like I learned about them more, and I kind of understood them, and I got really, like, at this time I was like really nerdy into FNAF, and like I was looking at a lot of FNAF cosplayers, and like it was ironic because I was looking at these like FNAF cosplayers, and like little did I know that they are furries because they're dressed in like fursuits, and it's like I've just been like friendly firing the whole time. That's like really funny to me. Also, I wonder how Scott Cawthon feels making an entire generation of children furries. I wonder if anyone's told him that. That'd be funny. But yeah, I when you realize that they're just people cosplaying, like the hate really fades like fast. Like it's just like, oh, they're just people cosplaying as like animals. Okay, sure. Like if you are going to hate furries, you should hate cosplayers too, because equality. You know, like, hold on, let me. Yes, I think I didn't get this one. I'll check. Yeah, I can make cuts now. Yeah, the wind stuff's the best one, by the way. If anyone says otherwise, kill them. That's what we're playing town. But yeah, once you realize there's just people in like costumes, and like all the rumors of they poo in litter boxes, and what's another one? They're all like sex fiends or something. Like, yes, there are like parts of that community, obviously, who are like, you know, like I think they're called like mersuiters or something. And it's like they're like sex related fursuiters. And even then, like, let people do what they want. Like, they're not harming you. Like, they're having sex in their big costumes, sure, why not? Like, there's definitely people who have sex in cosplay. 100%. Like, there's definitely people who do that. You know, if you are gonna be yourself in your fursuit, just do you. I don't care, right? Like, I'm not gonna judge you. It's what you do. I'm autistic, right? If I judge anyone, it's basically friendly fire anyway. So my opinion is nullified anyway. But yeah, I'm since ever since, like, I really got over, you know, hating them. Some of my friends are furries. I don't want to name drop them or anything, but yeah, some of my friends are furries, or they like interested in the community, or they respect the community. And like once you realize that it's really just not that deep, the hate goes away. The hate goes away. I can really say this about any minority. Like, the funniest hate I have ever seen is probably with the LGBTQ plus. That genuinely seeing hate for the LGBT. First of all, I forget that I'm even part of the LGBTQ plus. Like, I have a boyfriend. I'm bisexual, right? I came out like, this is starting to get really annoying. I came out like a year ago. And like even when I was a kid, I grew up with LGBTQ plus. My brother's trans, and even then, when I was a kid, I supported my brother the whole time. There were times, I remember my brother keeps bringing this up to me. There were times where he was or my mother would accidentally misgender him, and apparently I'd constantly correct her and say, like it's him actually, it's him, like the actually ass. Apparently I do remember one time of me doing it, but I don't remember doing it that much. But I remember I did do it. But even then, I knew that, like, it's not my business. It's really not. I shouldn't care. It's my brother. I love my brother. I've known my brother as he for so long. I can't see him being a she anymore. Yeah, I love my brother and my sister. Sure, I love my sister too. But yeah, I love my siblings. They're nice. And like if like even when I was a kid, like it's really not hard to get your head around it. It's really not hard to be respectful. It's not hard to be respectful at all. You should always be respectful to everybody. No matter who they are, what religion they are, what race they are, what sex they are, who cares, right? We're all gonna die in 100 years, right? We're all gonna be dead. We're gonna get forgotten in a decade after our deaths. Like, it really does not matter, like, at all. Unless you are, like, Jesus or something. No one's gonna care that you're dead. Like, we're gonna die. And, do you remember your great-great-great-great-great-grandfather? Probably not. He's been forgotten. Right? Like, everyone's gonna die. And it's like, people think that they're immortal nowadays, like, more than ever. And that's really annoying. Like, if you think you're immortal, like, wake up. Wake up from, like, your sleep paralysis. Because you are not immortal. You are going to die one day. And you will most likely be forgotten. Unless you are some major historical figure, you're most likely going to die. And be forgotten. Forever. No one's going to remember you. When the sun blows up, no one's going to have your name on one of the meteorites that rains down from the sky afterwards, right? No one's going to remember you. And it's better to... It's better... I'm going to crash out, dude. I'm gonna crash out. It's better to understand that and learn from it, and instead of like have a cry about it, to make a change, like do something meaningful. Like yes, life is finite. Yes, you're gonna die someday, but make some like positive noise. You don't waste your life on being negative and being hateful for no reason, right? Don't waste your breath, your very limited breath, and your very limited months alive being a wretched asshole, right? Don't waste it on that. Because the more that you spread hate and the more that you hate other people, you're probably minusing even more years off the time you'll be remembered for, right? Unless you are like a dictator, which will forever, like Hitler, who will forever be remembered as, you know, a bad guy. The more hate you spread will just make you be forgotten quickly. Quickly. That's a word, right? So, I think more people need to, you know, face the sun. Or face the music, or whatever the saying's called, where you just humble yourselves, right? It's important to humble yourselves, because if you don't humble yourselves, you're egotistical pricks. You're an egotistical prick who is genuinely awful to be around. Because I used to be an egotistical prick who used to be awful to be around. I remember when I was young, and it was when, I don't know what age I was, so it was 6 years ago, because it was when Modern Warfare 2019 came out. I used to be a fucking awful kid. I used to be so awful. I remember one of my top words in my dialect was like "shut up" or something. I was awful kid. And like it was just one random day, like in like the summer, where I realized, yeah, I'm just a dreadful human being. Even at that age, I like came to like a sense of reasoning within myself that was like, yeah, I should probably not be like this anymore. And I made a change, right? I became more polite and more just enjoyable to be around. Well, I think anyway. Who knows? I'm sure there's probably more people. There's some people in this world that think I'm a dreadful human being. Probably all the people who play my card game with me. Yeah, they probably think about that. Sorry. But yeah, I don't know. As days go by, make yourself better. You know, improve yourself. Like, even if you hate a minority, right? If you hate, like, trans people, just shut up about it. Like, I can't control what you think or say, right? But if the very least what you can do is just shut up about it. Oh, I'm saying shut up again. Oh, it's in my major dialect. I'm gonna wrap it up because I'm crashing out, dude. I'm gonna crash out. My internet's not been good recently. Like I think my fob in my computer is broken. So I'll wrap it up. But yeah. Moral of the story is, don't hate people for like no reason. Even like if they are like even if they are rude to you. Like, this is something I learned when I was pretty young. Even if they are like blatantly awful, don't wish that pain or that their hatred onto themselves. For the main reason, or don't like convey that to them. Like, you can think that, but don't convey it to them, right? Because the moment that you do that, you're kind of validating what they think about you, right? They like they probably view you, if they're thinking bad about you, they probably view you as an awful human being, this awful, dreadful thing, right? And if you instead show them kindness and compassion, you're disproving that just by being nice. Like, even if they are yelling and screaming in your face, the best thing that you can do to prove them wrong is just be kind. And I know that's super difficult, and I know it sounds silly, But if someone's yelling in your face and someone's absolutely just going ham on you, but not laying hands on you, you know, laying, like, when it gets physical, you know, the conversation changes. But if someone's just being rude to you, either ignore it, move on, don't let it ruin your day, or be kind to them. Because then, you know, when they're trying to make up, you know, how evil you are, how awful you are, and you show them kindness, it's what they've said is no longer true. Because you've disproved it solely by not caring about what they're saying, but by relaying that that your true inner kindness towards them, to sort of make them rethink, you know, what they think about you. And if I were to give like any piece of advice to anyone, it is to just, if you have negative things to say, just don't say them. Just don't say them. Internalize them and then say them to someone you love and trust. You know, more and more as days go by, more people, they get antsy, right? They get antsy and they crave media validation. They crave spreading their toxic, you know, views, their negativity to everything. Not because they're trying to maliciously infect them with that, but because, you know, it feels good to be validated. But they're seeking validation in something that is not controllable and dangerous, which is media and social media and such, which is kind of what I'm doing. I'm basically just venting to YouTube, right? But I'm trying to leave a my opinion. You know, I would never say, "Oh, you're a terrible." Like, I'd never judge people, right? Basically, I'd never judge them. I try and base all my opinions solely on fact rather than like word of mouth or rumor, right? And I'd recommend that to anyone, because more than ever in the modern day, like, misinformation, bigotry is just everywhere. It's everywhere. No matter where we look, where we breathe, there is bigotry everywhere. And the only thing that we can do as a people, as a persons, is either ignore it or prove them wrong in a non-malicious way, like a kind way. But I think that's where I'll end it. I'll probably do more videos of just me ranting, probably with better internet. But yeah, be good people, all the time. Well, not all the time, actually. It's good to be bad sometimes. You know, actually, hold on, let me rephrase that. It's hard to be kind all the time, and obviously you will have outbursts. That's how us as people are. If you don't make mistakes sometimes, you're not a person. You're a robot. So it's okay to be wrong, and it's okay to accidentally be mean, or be mean even intently, as long as you recognize that and you apologize for that. It will be okay. Anyway, see ya.